What's good with y'all boys, man? You already know who it is. It's your boy Jay, Ariez. You see the shirt. Shout out my boy Zay, the star before time. Right now, I got a little reaction for y'all boys, man. So let me pull it up. Dude, dude made a list. He said Tap Out Corner ranking every WWE wrestler from worst to best. I already saw a little bit of the list, and off the rip, I could just tell that it's kind of ass. But yeah, I saw a little screenshot of where Gunther was, and he was way lower than he should have been. So I'm already knowing how this list is. I saw that Ricochet is outside the top 40, which I don't know how I really feel about that. And I know a lot of NXT people are probably way lower than they should be, but we're not gonna go through all 200 wrestlers because that's just simply crazy. So yeah, we're only doing the top 40. Shinsuke is 41. So yeah, we just gonna hop right into it. Make sure. All right, we good.
The right storyline and opponent, Nakamura could get back to where he was in no time. Number 40, Karrion Kross. You know Triple H really likes this guy because Kross is the first person to return after the game took control from Vince McMahon. That's fitting though, given how much McMahon missed the flow with Kross creatively, especially compared to how much better the former NXT champion's presentation is now. Kross's comeback started off well by scoring a big victory over Drew McIntyre at Extreme Rules. Now that the rivalry with Drew is over, we'll have to see what is next for Kross, but I'm not too worried. I mean, it can't be worse than his run in 2021, right? Number 39, Naomi. Naomi is still listed as part of the WWE roster, so we are including her, but it's anyone's guess if she'll return. However, when she was an active part of WWE, Naomi really did shine when given the opportunity. She improved a ton during her last run in the company and looked and felt like a star. While she may not be the absolute best on the women's roster, Naomi was and is a top performer. Number 38, Tommaso Ciampa. Ciampa was called up to Monday Night Raw in April 2022, and without much direction. He did, however, score a big pinfall victory over AJ Styles,
he been off the shelf for a while, so
which led to an excellent match versus Bobby Lashley for the United States title. Tommaso briefly teamed up with The Miz before disappearing in August 2022 due to an injury. Ciampa is another guy who has an optimistic future ahead of him, thanks to him being a Triple H guy.
The U.S. title division was kind of hot, bro. They had AJ, they had Ali, Dolph, Ciampa. That U.S. title division was strong, and Lashley was carrying that, bro. Lashley did his thing with the U.S. title, bro.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens when he returns. Number 37, Austin Theory. The first
too low. That's way too low. Especially making this list yesterday, you got Theory at 37. That's too low, bro. Theory's a dog.
In second halves of 2022 were night and day for Austin Theory. He began the year as a fan favorite of Vince McMahon and competed in a featured match at WrestleMania. After that, Theory became the United States champion and won the Money in the Bank ladder match. Then, after Vince McMahon left and Triple H took over, Theory barely won a match and failed to cash in. However, he did win back the United States title, so it's hard to tell where Theory's career is headed. Number 36, Liv Morgan.
I'll be clowning on Liv, but that's low key low too, because she's one of the best women on the division. I still stand by what I said that she's mid, but y'all take mid and make it seem like something entirely some ass. I don't think mid means ass. I just think like she's mid. Like there's nothing wrong with that. Like I'm not calling her a burger, but in terms of talent, I think she's mid. Like she right in the middle of the women's division. I think she's a perfect women's mid-carder. You know what I'm saying? Like, she cool, though. I think she could go, but I don't know.
Liv had a good start to 2022, challenging for the Raw Women's Championship earlier on and lasting nearly 40 minutes in the Royal Rumble match. Unfortunately, she had a bump when she racked up losses in a short space of time. But things began to pick up after WrestleMania and led to Morgan building up some momentum, capturing the Money in the Bank contract and then the SmackDown Women's title in the same night.
That women's Money in the Bank match was one of the worst Money in the Bank. That was the worst Money in the Bank match I ever watched, by the way.
For a while, Liv was on fire, establishing herself as a key player on the roster, but she dropped her title in under 100 days to Ronda Rousey. Since then, Liv
That was Ronda's. That might have been Ronda's best match all last year, except from that I Quit match at Backlash against Charlotte. That match was phenomenal. But actually, I'm tripping. That Extreme Rules match was
Morgan's character has been a little aimless, but she did have a great showing at the 2023 Royal Rumble. It's possible she'll get another opportunity and climb back up the list in no time. Number 35, Braun Strowman, the monster of all monsters.
That's too low. I don't care what y'all say. Braun has been hooping. Braun has been putting on, bro. That's too low.
Steamrolled his way back to the WWE in the fall of 2022. Braun hasn't missed a beat and looks to be in the best shape of his career. It's so far so good for Strowman, so we can probably expect him to move further and further up this list as he makes more of an impact. I just hope we get to see him do some crazy stuff, like flipping cars or destroying an entire structure, like the good old days. Number 34, Alexa Bliss. Bliss started 2022 looking to shake off her previous character and association.
What the hell? You have Alexa over Liv?
It seemed like the right move for her at the time, as her supernatural character was getting a bit stale. But with the return of Bray Wyatt, it looks like WWE is going back to putting her by his side. Time will tell if the two have a better run this time around, but it's also possible that their pairing has run its course. Either way, Bliss is very popular with the fans, solid in the mic, and likely to remain one of the top stars in the women's division. Number 33, Bayley. Bayley returned in a big way at SummerSlam as the leader of Damage Control. It was one of the first big moves of Triple H's takeover of creative. Like I mentioned with Dakota Kai and Io Sky, the group is going well, and that's in large part thanks to Bayley. While a year-long absence sucks, it does make everything seem fresh, which has in turn made Bayley's comeback really enjoyable to watch. And considering the group is feuding with Becky Lynch, it's likely Bayley will be in a top role for some time to come. Number 32, the Street Profits. The Street Profits have made a name for themselves as one of the most entertaining and hardworking.
I'm not complaining.
Tag teams there is. Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins always put in a shift when they have a match, and their chemistry and charisma is off the charts. Not to mention, the connection they have with the fans is something special. Ford probably has the stronger potential if the group ever goes their separate ways, but hopefully that's...
With that being said, Montez could be compared to Shawn Michaels, but Angelo is far from a Marty Jannetty. I just want y'all boys to know that. Angelo is like that.
That's not for some time to come, as the two are still very entertaining together. Number 31, Damian Priest. Priest had a terrific first year on the main roster in 2021. 2022 didn't start off as strong, however, as he lost the United States title in February to Finn Balor. Things picked back up, though, at WrestleMania.
And he held the U.S. title for that long. Damn.
Mania 38, when he aligned himself with Edge and later Rhea Ripley, as together they formed the Judgment Day. The group kicked it into high gear once they betrayed Edge and added Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio, to the point where the group is now a highlight of Raw each week. 2023 could be Priest's best year yet, with the Judgment Day often featured in some of the biggest matches and storylines on the show. Number 30, Xavier Woods. Woods achieved one of his major career goals by becoming King of the Ring.
Why did they put the Street Profits together, but they didn't put New Day together? I don't understand that, because like if we're gonna be honest, Montez has been looking better than Angelo. So why put the Street Profits together, but not the New Day, when the New Day, Xavier Woods and Kofi have been doing literally the same thing? But okay.
In 2021, Xavier went all in on the King character too, but a leg injury halted his momentum. Woods thankfully made a full recovery and continues to be as entertaining as ever, along with Kofi Kingston. Even though the past year or so has been somewhat quiet for the New Day, Woods is still incredibly talented.
They were literally NXT Tag Team Champions. Okay.
And doesn't need to rely on his innate skills to be entertaining. Number 29, Kofi Kingston. Speaking of the New Day, in 2021, Kofi was back in the WWE title picture for the first time since losing the championship in 2019. Since then, Kingston has remained a tag team wrestler with the New Day, who are always some of WWE's most consistent performers. They remain popular even years after being together, and have recently shown up in NXT to win tag team gold and help out the next generation of wrestlers. While I'm not getting my hopes.
So why in Xavier Woods' part you said New Day been quiet, but for Kofi's part you bring up how they
hopes up that Kingston will get another world title reign? I think Kofi fits perfectly in the role he has. Number 28, Finn Balor. In 2022, Balor became a bad guy, which gave his character a much-needed facelift. With the rest of Judgment Day by his side, Finn picked up one of the biggest wins of his career over Edge at Extreme Rules. The rest of Judgment Day.
That's nasty. What the hell?
By his side, Finn picked up one of the biggest wins of his career over Edge at Extreme Rules. While Balor was US champion for the first part of 2022, that was pretty forgettable, especially compared to what he's doing now. With Triple H heading up creative, and the game reportedly a big fan of his, Balor could have an even bigger 2023, and possibly move back up into the main event scene. Number 27, Matt Riddle. For the most part, Riddle had one heck of a 2022, as he was one of the most fun wrestlers to watch each week. His tag team with Randy Orton was great in 2021, and that carried over into the following year. Of course, RK Bro came to an abrupt stop when Randy Orton sadly got injured. That was a big blow, but the original Bro has flourished on his own by having superb matches and still being one of the most entertaining wrestlers on the mic. Unfortunately, Riddle ended 2022 on a downer as he reportedly failed a couple of drug tests during the year. Hopefully he's able to
hope everything's okay with Riddle and he comes back the great performer that he is.
Pick things back up when he's able to return to the ring. Number 26, Sheamus. Despite winning...
That's too low. I'm not even going to go into it. That's too low for Sheamus to only be right above Matt Riddle.
The WWE Championship the same year he debuted, the past couple of years have been among the Celtic Warriors' best. For starters, becoming the leader of his own faction has helped him stay fresh, while in terms of matches, he's had banger after banger. Sheamus himself has stated how much Butch and Holland have rejuvenated his passion for wrestling, and his pairing with Drew McIntyre should also keep him in a prime spot on SmackDown. This passion has definitely...
Butch was also mad low too, I forgot to say, but I don't remember what number he was, but he was in like the 40s. But it's also like, I don't know, maybe because he's with the Brutes. So that means Ridge is low as well. But I mean, not everybody could be like top 30.
Given how high of a level Sheamus has been competing at lately. Number 25,
so it's hard to do rankings.
Asuka made a lot.
It don't matter who's above her. 25 is way too low. Asuka's top 20 at least.
On the way to return in the spring of 2022. However, the Empress of Tomorrow hasn't made that big of an impact since then. It's sad because she's capable of way better, as we've seen in the past. Asuka also remains one of WWE's most talented in-ring workers, and while she isn't someone that can give long, captivating speeches on the mic, that doesn't take away from her awesome presentation and infectious charisma. Here's hoping that her most recent return...
It's hard. I feel like it's hard to be foreign and still keep the crowd invested in your promos and what you're like trying to say. But Asuka does it. So that's why I don't think she's bad at promos. I just think like the language barrier is there. But that's really impressive. My hat's off to her because, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to do stuff like that.
Gets her back on track and in line as a top contender for the women's title. Number 24, Rey Mysterio. For Mysterio, 2022 will be best remembered for being the year.
Rey over the Profits, Rey over Finn Balor, Rey over Braun Strowman.
Year that he got teamed up with his son Dominic on the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania. But that year will also be remembered for Dominic turning on his father. 2022 marked 20 years since Rey's WWE debut, and just like in 2002, Mysterio remains one of the company's most exciting and colorful wrestlers in 2023. Despite being mostly used to put over younger talent, Rey is still incredibly popular and continues to turn back the clock. It's like this guy doesn't get older. Number 23, Logan Paul. All right.
Logan competed in 3 matches last year, bro. Get it out your mouth, dog. Logan over Braun, Logan over Rey. Because because Logan's a spot monkey? Like, what are we talking about, bro? Whatever, bro. I'm not complaining.
So this one might be a little controversial, but hear me out. Paul has not competed in many matches in his career, but you have to admit, he's taken to wrestling incredibly quickly. The YouTube star is a natural on the microphone, while his athletic background has helped him excel in the ring, and he's only going to get better the more he wrestles. He's done so well for himself that he even main evented a pay-per-view with Roman Reigns and actually looked really good in the ring. It also seems like he's destined for a big match at WrestleMania 39. Every match Logan is in gets attention, and if his brother Jake Paul gets involved, we could see something really special happen. Number 22, Braun Breaker. Braun has enjoyed a meteoric rise since debuting in NXT. Even though he hasn't been wrestling for that long, he has picked things up instantly and has gotten really good really quickly. This led to him becoming NXT champion relatively fast. His powerhouse style is reminiscent of his father and uncle, and just like the Steiner brothers, Braun executes his moves with crisp precision, making his matches insanely fun to watch. Breaker has defeated everyone that's been put in front of him in NXT.
What I will say is that Braun's in-ring skills are carrying him because his character is whatever right now. I think his promos are pretty decent, but like his in-ring skill, he's one of those wrestlers whose in-ring skills are carrying him. Like how I felt Hangman during Hangman's AEW title reign, his ring skills carried him because he was not. It wasn't like nothing interesting in my opinion.
NXT, and it seems like only a matter of time until he makes the move to Raw or SmackDown. Number 21, Bray Wyatt.
Oh my God, bro. Why is Bray Wyatt has wrestled a total of like 2 matches. Actually, Bray Wyatt has had 1 televised match since WrestleMania 37. Why is he number 1? I mean, why is he number 21 on the list, ranking wrestlers from worst to best? Oh my God, yo.
One of the most anticipated returns of 2022 was Bray Wyatt's. After much hype, the Eater of Worlds came back at Extreme Rules. Previously, it had been a tough couple of years for Bray, but this latest comeback has fans more excited than ever to see him in WWE again. Wyatt has a new lease on life, not just from a creative perspective, but from the fans' perspective as well, which is a far cry from the last time we saw Wyatt at WrestleMania 37. He's still loved by fans, and the creative team seems really invested in his storyline with Uncle Howdy and Alexa Bliss.
So they got Bray higher than Riddle, Braun, Karrion, Ricochet, Solo, LA Knight, Chad Gable, I'm assuming. And why was Gable Stevenson number 52? Like, what the hell are we doing, bro? And where did they have Ilya? Hold on. Bray is not better than, what's it called? Bray not better than R-Truth right now. I know that's not Lashley. Oh my God, this list. That's Bobby Roode. Roderick Strong. Pretty Deadly. Bray was not better than Pretty Deadly. What the hell, bro? Shotzi belongs in like the bottom 150. Bray was not better than Grayson Waller. What? Nah, this is ass, bro. Nah, Bray is not better than JD. Bray's not better than Joe Gacy. Where is Ilya? Where's Tyler Bate? Bray not even better than Andre Chase, bro. Bray's not better than grizzled young vets either.
This list. Wyatt will likely remain one of those prominent and popular characters in WWE and can move up even higher on this list in no time. Number 20, Big E.
Bro, I hope Big E gets better, but Big E has not wrestled since last year. It's been a year now, bro. You cannot have him in the top. You cannot have him in the top 20, let alone top 50 of a list. You can't have him top 50 in a list like this, bro. I'm sorry. He's injured. He's off the shelf, bro. You got to put him in like the bottom. Like, people will understand he's injured, bro.
E's run as WWE champion was a little underwhelming, and things unfortunately got worse for E after he lost the title. The bad luck continued when he suffered a serious neck injury in March 2022. Since it's been such a tough time for Big E, it'd be unfair to rank him any higher. However, he's one of WWE's most beloved wrestlers, and we're all hoping to see him back in the ring.
I was definitely hella mad at Ridge at first, but you know what I'm saying? It's a 2-person tango. It wasn't all his fault. I understand. I know he's still getting death threats and stuff. That's kind of messed. That's actually not kind. That's very messed up.
He has unfinished business, especially when it comes to the world title. Number 19, Gunther.
Let me read the comments. Actually, I don't want it spoiled for me. I don't want the what's it called? I don't want number one spoiled for me. But Gunther at 19, bro. How is Gunther not top 5? How is Gunther not top 10? This list is ass. 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 Stop playing with my boy. This list is ass, bro.
Since debuting on SmackDown in April 2022, Gunther's been on an absolute tear. The Reign General has yet to lose a one-on-one match since joining the main roster, and has been one of the better Intercontinental champions in recent years, having brought a lot more prestige back to the title. That's really impressive. Gunther's
having the best Intercontinental title reign ever, by the way. I love Jericho. I don't care about Jericho's 9 reigns. I don't care about the honky tonk man where he faced garbage men. I don't care about the honky tonk man's record where he faced electricians. Gunther is having the best Intercontinental title reign ever. And yes, it eclipses The Miz. I still think The Miz is the best IC, title holder ever. But I'm not going to cap Gunther second.
Really has great matches, and this together with his hard-hitting style has made him one of the best wrestlers to watch in WWE. With his record-breaking Rumble showing, it's pretty clear that Triple H has big things in mind for the Austrian wrestler. Gunther winning a world title seems like it could happen down the road. Number 18, Rhea Ripley.
That's not that bad.
After wrestling in temporary tag teams, first with Nikki ASH and then Liv Morgan, Ripley finally got something to sink her teeth into after joining Judgment Day. Rhea has fit into the group really well, and although she missed a few months of ring time due to injury, Ripley still has maintained a great presence on screen. Her work with Dominic Mysterio has been a particular highlight too, and to top it off, she put in an incredible showing at the 2023 Royal Rumble, dominating the match and walking out with the victory. It's hard to imagine that she won't be carrying the Raw Women's title soon. Number 17, Ronda Rousey. Ronda made her long.
Hold on. Am I wilding?
Won't be carrying the Raw Women's title soon. Number 17, Ronda.
I don't even know what to say for real. Like, that's crazy, bro.
Ronda Rousey. Ronda made her long-awaited return to WWE by winning the Royal Rumble in 2022. Talk about making a comeback. Sure, she had a loss at WrestleMania to Charlotte, but that was followed by a victory at WrestleMania Backlash. After becoming SmackDown Women's Champion, the baddest woman on the planet then became embroiled in a really good feud with Liv Morgan. And even though Ronda lost the title once again to Charlotte, she's still one of the most recognizable female athletes on the planet. Overall, this latest run for Ronda Rousey hasn't been as strong as her first, especially in terms of match quality and promos, but it would have been hard to top that. Now that she's working with Shayna Baszler, I'm really pumped for where it's going to lead. Number 16, the Usos. Jimmy and Jay have enjoyed a dominant.
I don't even want to say what I want to say about Ronda being that high, bro.
Spell since they returned as a team in 2021. They first won the SmackDown Tag Team titles, and then in 2022, they captured the Raw Tag belts as well. The Bloodline are currently ruling WWE, with the Usos being right at the forefront. This is potentially the best run of their careers thus far, and they show no signs of slowing down. The Usos continue to compete at a high level, wrestling quality matches, and have become the longest-reigning WWE Tag Team champions of all time. We'll see if WWE splits them up in the Bloodline storyline, but either way, Jimmy and Jay look to be heavily featured on the show for some time to come. Number 15, Sami Zayn. We all remember how incredible of a run Sami Zayn had in NXT. He seemed destined to be a good guy for all of his WWE career. However, a start and stop run on the main roster resulted in him becoming a bad guy. This ended up working out well, as Zayn really came into his own on the mic. In 2022, he joined up to the Bloodline as Honorary Uce, and this has arguably been the best storyline of Sami's career. He's been
It's not arguable, it is
hilarious, and has constantly been making the other Bloodline members break character. And after that incredible moment at the Royal Rumble, Zayn looks to be positioned as one of the top stars in WWE. Number 14, Kevin Owens. Owens bringing Stone Cold Steve Austin out of retirement to wrestle a match at WrestleMania 38 will probably go down as KO's greatest moment. As mentioned earlier, Owens' stuff with Ezekiel was pretty good as well. Kevin Owens also has to be due for another title reign at some point, especially since he hasn't held a championship in WWE since 2017. And getting heavily involved with the Bloodline storyline means he's likely to remain in a top role for some time to come. Overall, Kevin Owens is one of the best on the roster, so I don't see much reason why WWE wouldn't give him another run with the gold. Number 13, Seth Rollins.
You got Seth at 13? Bro, who are these dudes, yo? Who are these dudes?
Rollins. Rollins has been one of the highlights of Raw since being drafted to the brand in 2021. His feuds with Edge, Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, and Riddle have all been very memorable. Seth has consistently been one of WWE's standout in-ring performers, always giving the fans their money's worth and keeping his character fresh, while also being a tremendous villain. He can fit well into nearly any spot on the show and always delivers in the ring, which means you have to consider him in the upper tier of WWE.
I'm convinced he's trolling because this list is really some ass, bro. You like now I'm getting mad. You have Seth Rollins at 13, a consensus top 5 wrestler in the whole world, bro. One of the best wrestlers on the planet. Been one of the best wrestlers on the planet for the past few years, bro. Just won the U.S. title last year, bro. Like, what are we talking about? What are we doing, bro? You got Seth at 13. When you ranking every WWE wrestler from worst to best, you have Seth Rollins at 13.
Wrestlers.
Come on, bro. This list is unserious. I ain't gonna cap. This list is so Walmart, unserious, bro.
You know.
How do I get out this ad, bro?
That like, with everyday low prices, you can spend a little less to get a little more.
Ass. Like now I'm tight, bro, because like
a little better.
What are we
with the
really
Wells Fargo
doing
Active
here,
Cash
yo?
Card, you earn 2% cash back on what you want, like first date plans. And needs.
No. Just my shoe.
Like
now
baby
it's
shoes
like
without laces. The Wells Fargo Active Cash Card. That's
that
real
don't
life
make no
ready.
damn sense.
Number 12, Edge. Imagine telling someone in 2013 that 10 years
you got Edge over Seth Rollins, bro. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, what are we really doing, bro? Like, this shit is corny.
Later, Edge would not only be wrestling again, but he'd still be one of the best stars on the WWE roster. It would sound crazy, but it is true. A lot happened with the Radar Superstar in 2022. He became a villain, changed his music, started Judgment Day, cut his hair, got betrayed by his own group, turned back to the side of good, and then reverted back to his old music. All the while, the Ultimate Opportunist had built up an impressive year-long undefeated streak until his loss to Finn Balor at Extreme Rules. As Edge now enters the final year of his career, we're all hoping he can go out with a bang and possibly even recapture a World Championship one last time. Number 11, AJ Styles.
And they have AJ over Seth, and they have AJ over Edge, bro. Like, what are we talking about? They have AJ over Gunther. They got AJ over Gunther. They got AJ over Grayson Waller, bro. Like, oh my gosh. AJ over Braun Breaker. And I know they got Randy top 10 because oh my God, they munching him.
2022 was a quiet year for the Phenomenal One, as he largely flew under the radar, especially during the second half of the year. But despite taking a back seat, Styles remains one of WWE's.
He flew under the radar because he was injured.
Top stars. Therefore, it'd be unfair to rank him any lower, given how good we all know he is when he's at his best. Considering that he's 45 and can still perform better than some people half his age, AJ easily earns number 11. Hopefully, it's only a matter of time before we see Styles at the top of the card again. Number 10, Bobby Lashley.
I actually don't think Lashley at 10 is that bad. I think Lashley is a top 10 wrestler. Lashley is arguably.
He's been a major force in WWE for a few years now, having cemented himself as a true main event star with his victory over Brock Lesnar at the 2022 Royal Rumble. Lashley continued to fire on all cylinders, holding the United States Championship, where his title defenses were one of the highlights of Raw each week in 2022.
That means Brock probably gonna be next, and then that means they got Brock over Gunther, and they got Brock over Seth, and they got.
Now he's feuding with Brock again, and it's likely to lead to a WrestleMania showdown, which means WWE considers the Almighty to be one of their biggest and most marketable stars. Number 9, Charlotte Flair. The Queen began 2020.
And they got Charlotte over.
2022 as SmackDown Women's Champion and successfully defended the title at WrestleMania, giving Ronda Rousey her first singles loss in WWE. But Charlotte was absent for most of 2022 after losing the championship to Rousey at WrestleMania Backlash. Charlotte then took time off and got married to AEW wrestler Andrade El Idolo and was dealing with some rough dental issues. However, she ended 2022 on a high note by gaining some revenge and defeating Rousey once again to get her title back. Still, despite being more inactive than active over the past year, Flair is easily not just one of the best female wrestlers on the roster, but one of the best wrestlers altogether. Number 8, Randy Orton. The fact that
take it out y'all mouths, bro. Randy is not better than Randy. Over this past year, Randy was not better than Gunther. Randy was not better than Seth. Randy was not better than I think Randy was arguably better than Edge. Nah, this is just
Orton has been a mainstay in WWE.
I'm not even remembering all the rankings,
is astounding.
Bro.
In fact, no one in the history of Raw has wrestled as many matches as him. What's even more amazing is that the Viper has done some of his best work in the past couple of years.
And then why did they have Riddle and Randy so far apart? But y'all put every other tag team next to each other, bro.
This made it all the more devastating when he suffered a back injury in May 2022. Even over half a year later, it's unclear how long he'll be out of action or how severe the injury is. However, what is for sure is that when the Apex Predator is around, he's on the top of the food chain, and there's very few wrestlers who can outperform him. Number 7, Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre competed in one of the
Y'all already know that's hella high, but that's kind of fair, I guess.
Biggest matches of 2022 at Clash at the Castle, but he was unable to capture the Universal Championship from Roman Reigns. Ever since, McIntyre has still been positioned as one of the top stars in WWE, but not quite at the level he was before. Over the years, he's developed a strong connection with the fans, and he's still really good in the ring, so it might be only a matter of time before he's brought right back to the main event scene. But after 2020 and 2021 being such big years for him, McIntyre's definitely fallen a bit in WWE. Number 6, John Cena. Yes,
you got Cena at number 6, bro. Cena has not done anything. And I love John Cena. John Cena's the GOAT. But Cena at 6, bro? Like, come on, man. Like, come on, bro. Like, what is this based off
Cena
of,
is still on the roster,
really
which means he makes the list. He's been a part-timer for a few years now and was only able to wrestle a single match in 2022. But still, when Cena shows up, it is a big event. Even if he's been a bit divisive throughout his career, he's still one of the most popular wrestlers to ever compete in a WWE ring. Very few wrestlers have
Cena versus AJ at Rumble 2017 is one of my favorite matches of all time, bro.
ever connect with the crowd like him. Throw in his look, mic skills, and crossover celebrity, and he's one of the most famous wrestlers in WWE's history. And if he was free to wrestle more, you can imagine he'd be put into major storylines with top stars. So as long as Cena is part of the WWE roster, he's going to be ranked near the top. Number 5, Bianca Belair. The EST of WWE once again dominated the women's division throughout 2022, and currently she's enjoying the second longest run anyone has ever had with the Raw Women's title. She's been putting on great matches with a variety of opponents and shown to be the most consistent wrestlers in the company. Belair's combination of incredible strength, speed, and agility makes her very skilled in the ring. Add in her unique look and stellar charisma, and Bianca Belair is the total package. Number 4, Becky Lynch.
Oh my God, bro. Stop sucking off Becky Lynch, bro. Becky is not better than Bianca right now. I don't care, bro. I don't care. Becky Lynch is not better than Bianca right now. I'm tired of this, bro. I don't care, bro. She's not better than Bianca. 2K rated her higher than Bianca. Now this dumbass list got her higher than Bianca. Becky is not better than Bianca. That's it, bro. Leave it at that, bro. Let me make this bigger, bro. Becky Lynch is not better than Bianca Belair right now. I don't care, bro. 2K 2K messing shit up. This dumbass list messing shit up. Becky not better than Bianca. That's it. Becky was out most of 2022, bro. Becky came back. She been decent. She got them little tag team titles, bro. She's straight. Bianca's been a champion for almost a year, bro. She's not better than Bianca. She didn't have it, but she hasn't been better than Asuka. Like, just chop it up, bro. And she hasn't been better than... Has she been better than Charlotte? Yeah, she's been better than Charlotte. But, like, just chop it up, bro. She hasn't been better than Gunther. She hasn't been better than Seth. She hasn't been better than Theory. Y'all be making these dumbass lists, and y'all. Let me get through this, bro. Matter of fact, I'm making myself bigger, yo, because you just asked. I'm making myself bigger.
Don't buy solar panels. Seriously, there is a very good reason why we're saying this.
When Triple H took over for creative, one of his first big orders of business was to move Becky Lynch back to the side of good. And that definitely seems like the right call. As good as Becky was at getting the crowd to boo her, she's naturally likable, has been one of the most consistently entertaining wrestlers on the roster over the past few years. She spent nearly 4 months on the sidelines with an injury in 2022, but she's been picking things up right where she left off. Even though the women's division keeps getting more talent all the time, Becky is still sitting at the top of the mountain in 2023. Number 3, Cody Rhodes. It's still a little crazy that Cody is on this list, considering...
Oh my God, bro. And then they sucking off Cody. Cody not better than Gunther. Like, I'm just mad Gunther's outside the top 10 and then Seth. Oh my God.
A year ago, nobody thought he would ever be back in WWE. Rhodes' return will go down as one of the great WrestleMania moments, and he hasn't missed a beat since. His comeback was sadly derailed for months by that gruesome injury, but now he's back to being one of the top stars in the company after his return. Also, you can't overlook his incredible performance while wrestling with a torn pec against Seth Rollins inside Hell in a Cell. Cody has made it clear that his mission is to win the WWE Championship, and he may just do that after his epic Royal Rumble win. Number 2, Brock Lesnar. 2022 was a unique year for Lesnar.
Let's get to number 1. I already know number 1 is Roman Reigns.
Since his 2021 comeback with his Farmer Brock persona, it's been refreshing to see Lesnar on his own and being even more true to his real-life self. The Beast's dominance in the ring speaks for itself, and it's this, as well as how fun his character has been, that gets him the number 2 spot. And number 1, Roman Reigns.
We don't even need to hear an explanation. Y'all know he's a tribal chief. He's ahead of the table. He leads the island of relevancy. That's Roman freaking Reigns, bro. Yeah. So honestly, this list is ass. I don't really gotta say too much. It's not a good list. They should be ashamed. Let's read some of the comments because this is really just appalling. They should never make a list again. This isn't good. Rollins at 13 is just criminal. Not only is he easily one of the best in-ring performers, also top tier guy. Top 10, in my opinion, top 5 or maybe top 3. Drew was the top guy during one of the most toughest times. Nah, that's true. He is a draw. Whereas Bronson Reed. Ziggler at 46 isn't absurd. Should be higher. It's not 2013 anymore. Wait, how? Where was she at?
Idris 2 weeks later. I'm not sure what WWE has planned for them, but I feel like a tag team championship reign is in Idris and Malik's futures. Number 124.
Yeah, that's high as hell. Who is she higher than? Ava Rain should not be higher than Thea Hale. She shouldn't be higher than Tony Dan. You know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to, you know what? For my sanity, I'm just going to get off this list. That video is ass. I'm a hater, so I'm going to dislike it too. And yeah, I'm off this, bro. Wrestle Spot. Don't give me ideas anymore. I'm done listening to you. Actually, I hit you up first about this, but nah, this video is fraudulent. This shit is ass.